WJBF is proud to partner with University Healthcare Foundation during Breast Cancer Awareness Month and bring you stories of survival. 1 in 8 women will be affected by breast cancer. If not you, your mother, grandmother, sister, aunt. Sharon Henderson is a breast cancer survivor. She's joining me now from University Healthcare Foundation. Sharon, we certainly appreciate your time today. Thank you for being willing to talk about your story with us.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, and I am excited about sharing my story because I hope it will help others who might have to face this situation.
Well, why don't you start by telling me when you were diagnosed and how you found out about it? Did you find a lump? How did it happen?
Oh, I did not find a lump. I was diagnosed in June of 2011, but actually I had been having some issues about 9 months prior to that. And because I was afraid to find out, I ignored the symptoms. I had dimpling in my breast, and I just did not go to the doctor like I should have. So I waited about 9 months before I actually contacted the breast health center and made an appointment. So that's how my story began. And I ended up having surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation.
When they found it, now you said you waited 9 months after you started having symptoms. What stage cancer was it when they found it?
I had stage 3. I had been experiencing pain in under my arm, and as I said, the dimpling of the breast. And I kind of put it off, and I thought maybe it would go away, or I didn't want to know, but fear just kind of took over. So that's why I like to tell my story, because I'd like to encourage everyone to have their annual mammograms, and when you see something, find something, please contact your doctor.
Very good advice, because early detection, as we know, saves lives. And that leads me to something I was going to ask you. Were you getting regular mammograms?
I was getting regular mammograms up until about 2 years before that happened. And I started, rescheduling and putting it off. And I didn't have an excuse because I worked at the Savannah Riverside. The mobile unit came out. I had good insurance, so there was no excuse. It was just a matter of fear and, just not wanting to go to the doctor. That's what happened in my situation.
Yeah. Well, that's really honest, and I know that a lot of women will be able to relate to that. Sometimes we just want to know. Don't want to know. If I don't know, it's not going to hurt me. But as we so often do find out, we do need to know. And when you know
Right.
what you're dealing with, then I think it's a
know,
little less scary
yeah.
once you know what you're dealing with. And I'm sure you had doctors and cancer specialists who really held your hand all the way through.
Oh, I had an absolute wonderful team of doctors at university, and I had great support from my husband and my family. My youngest daughter was just beginning college, so I was trying to not, show that maybe I was a little bit nervous about that, but I didn't want to interfere with her journey. And so I had great support from family and friends, and it was because of my granddaughter. It was her 6th birthday, and I said, if I don't go and find out what's going on, I may not be around to enjoy and watch her grow up. So, sometimes we take care of everyone else and we don't stop to take care of ourselves. So.
Amen. And that is true with so many women. You're busy taking care of the rest of your family, and so many times our own needs are put on the back burner. Now, I guess in the years now that you've been a breast cancer survivor, you've been involved with the Miracle Mile Walk in the past.
I have. I was, when I completed my treatment in March of 2012, I joined the committee in April, and I've been working with the Miracle Mile Walk ever since then. It's very important because my sister was diagnosed 2 years ago, and I have other family members who have gone through this. And it's very important that we continue this work and we try to make more survivors. So I've been trying to work very hard at doing that.
Oh, that sounds fantastic, and to have that family support. And also, you know, like you said, you have children and you have a granddaughter, and it's going to be important for them to understand that their own self-care can save their life, you know, as they go on through their life.
Absolutely. So if I just try to encourage everyone, and once you get over the embarrassment and the shame and the judgment, you have to do what you have to do, and I never looked back from that point on.
I think one of the things in our community that we're so lucky to have here, you mentioned it a moment ago, is the Breast Health Center.
Absolutely. When I contacted them, they got me in right away, and you know, they contacted my doctor, and everything just went so smoothly. And I think within 2 weeks I was having a biopsy, and I had my surgery scheduled the week after that, and I began chemotherapy 2 weeks later. So they were wonderful. I don't miss an appointment now. And the one thing that I've gained, you know, even though the cancer part, wouldn't want to go through that again, but I've gained a lot of support and friends at the Breast Health Center and also the Miracle Mile Walk. They're very good at helping and supporting women and men too, because there are some men out there who've been diagnosed with breast cancer.
That's right. It doesn't just happen to women, that's for sure. Well, Sharon Henderson, it has been wonderful hearing your story today. And I know that this year's Miracle Mile Walk is going to be a little bit different, and I'm going to tell our viewers about that in just a moment, the Miracle Mile Drive. But you take care of yourself, and continued good health to you. Thank you so much for being with us today on The Jennie Show.
Thank you so much for having me.
You can see interviews and stories about other survivors on our website, WJBF.com. Just click the Lifestyle tab and click Health. You can also see the stories on the Jennie page. WJBF is proud to have sponsored the Miracle Mile Walk for many of the 2 decades now that it's been going on, going back to the early years when we had a few hundred walkers. Now we see crowds like this, up to 15,000 pink-clad walkers all over the Common and the streets of downtown Augusta. But with the pandemic, this year's event has to change for safety reasons. So here are the details you need to know. The 20th annual Miracle Mile Drive is Saturday, October 17th from 8 to 11 a.m. Form your teams now and start raising money that will stay right here in our community and help fund the services of the mobile mammography unit. Go to themiraclemilewalk.org for more information.
It just feels like everything is so negative, and then you get into the horribleness that is the comments section, and it's just, you know, it just makes you feel horrible about yourself, and you don't want to acknowledge that that's humanity anymore.
Next on Jennie, scrolling your social media feed is likely stressing you out. A new survey shows how Americans are taking a step back for their mental health. Don't go away.